second offense DUI charges? Oof, that's a major headache. We're talking a year in jail and a $4,000 fine. Not exactly the get-out-of-jail-free card, is it?
You were charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You know, you just heard what I said to this other gentleman here. Life doesn't get easier. It gets a lot more difficult the older you get. And when you start racking up convictions, all you're doing is you're making the life even just more difficult. If you have a drug and alcohol problem, there are ways to address it. But when you endanger other people's lives, you may end up digging a hole that's so deep you'll never crawl your ass out of it. And you'll be stuck like Chuck in custody for the next 40 years. It happens time and again. If you don't believe me, watch the news. Every single day, someone dies from a DWI in our county. Yesterday, a construction worker. Take an Uber. It's extremely easy. They make it so easy that all you literally have to do is push one button. Because I'm going to tell you now, with your history...
Here's the kicker, folks. Endanger others with your bad choices. And you might just dig yourself into a hole so deep, you're stuck in there for decades. This is not a drill. It's the harsh reality of repeat offenders.
If you ever get pulled over and an officer smells anything funky, you're going to go down. And this time, it's out of my hands. From now on, you're in felony court. You're 2 to 10 at the penitentiary. Even the faintest smell of alcohol. Do you understand, Mr. Jaggers?
Yes, sir.
Somehow we have to get through to you. Hopefully it doesn't take the fact that you sit there charged with a 5-to-life case because you've done something that just can't get out of. Get a clue. You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, these will go on your record. 1 and 1.
Yikes. You can almost feel the tension here. The judge is putting it bluntly, either you get help or you're staring down a potential 2 to 10 in prison. Do you think this will finally get through to him?
Or 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. A third, you're looking at 2 to 10 at the penitentiary. Do you understand?
Sir.
The rest of your life. What are you, 32 right now?
31.
31. You're gonna be driving for the next 40 years. How do you plead to the offense of second offense driving while intoxicated? I'm gonna find you guilty. I'm gonna sentence you to 330 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 113 days that you've done. I am gonna suspend your license for 1 year. Do not drive until you get a license. What do you do for a living, Mr. Jaggers? How much money do you make a month?
0 right now.
I'm appointed to this case, Judge.
So you're working for free? What?
Learning.
I don't know. Well, why would we reward him? He was to obtain a device he just never did.
He doesn't have a vehicle, Your Honor. I was notified by pretrial yesterday that there was this BVR. Talked to Mr. Jaggers about it. He didn't have a vehicle, and by his account, that didn't have a vehicle. He didn't know what to do. But he's here today.
So you just do whatever you want? I mean, this continue to happen over and over and over. I mean,
He spent, better part of 3 months in jail awaiting resolution of this case. He has done that time, Your Honor. He's working now. I really believe.
Okay, pause. This is the definition of a repeat offender. 3 months. In jail already, and yet we're back here again. At what point do the stakes get high enough to make someone change their behavior?
That to help him get better, he needs to put this behind him and get started with a new phase of his life.
Mr. Jaggers, I'm going to waive the court costs and I'll waive the DPS fine and surcharge. Just take a damn Uber, man. It's not hard. One button on your phone. All this could be avoided by hitting one button on your phone. All right, good luck.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Newman, great to see you, man. What's new?
Quick thing, I got a push on the case. It's just getting old. Frosto, Frusto.
Okay.
The last contact I had with him was, "You're late today. If you want to take the plea today, please show up." He hasn't responded to me. That was.
Oh, he's not. So he's MIA with you?
He has been in really constant contact with me up until like a week or two ago. Also, I was notified by pre-trial that he needs to go visit them.
So there's a BVR?
No, there is not, but he needs to go just check in with them.
So let's do this. I'm going to set up for bond forfeiture for a week.
Okay.
I mean, it's 193 days old. You get it. It's so SFPF 1 week.
Okay.
What does he offer?
Time served or I believe 15 months probation. 15 months probation, Your Honor.
Got it. Okay, so he's got to be here next week. If he fails to appear, then
Yes, sir.
okay. Thanks.
Y contéstelo, Sara, por favor.
I don't think that. I don't know if we found probable cause on his first case, or I mean on the new case. Let me express my extreme disappointment, Mr. Guevara Ortiz. You now stand charged with yet another DWI. On this one, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On January 19th, 2025,
The classic deny, deny. Denying Mr. Gavra Ortiz is not exactly owning up to his mistakes. But here's the thing. A breathalyzer score of 0.189? You can't argue with science, buddy. Tough luck.
at 11:43 p.m., the officer was dispatched due to a concerned citizen following a possible intoxicated driver. The call was near Northborough in Houston County, Harris County, Texas. The officer arrived at a public place and observed the defendant, the driver, and sole occupant of the vehicle. And the witness stated the defendant was observed to have severe damage to the front passenger side, and he struggled to stay in its lane several times. The witness had eyes on the defendant until the officer arrived, and the officer made contact with the defendant, who advised that he had 3 Coronas and was coming from a gas station where he purchased the beers while driving home.
So drinking while?
No, Your Honor, there's no indication of that. He just purchased while driving home. And the officer observed glossy eyes, delayed responses, and a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage. The officer conducted standard field sobriety tests, HGN 6 out of 6. The defendant refused the walk and turn and one-leg stand due to the cold temperatures. The defendant was read the DIC and consented to prep. The results were .189 and .177.
Mr. Guevara Ortiz, I'm going to find that there's enough probable cause to go forward with your case, and I am now going to revoke your bond on your first case, and I'm going to set it at $10,001. You now also have an immigration detainer, so you'll be stuck in there, I guess, until I need to know, counsel, if you guys are planning on trying to get him an immigration bond or not.
Your Honor, we don't represent him on the immigration case, but it's my understanding from Mr. Breston that there's an effort to address that.
Okay. You're signing on for Mr. Breston there, right?
Yeah, I work for him. Yes, sir.
Got it. All right. Mr. Guevara Ortiz, I'm now ordering you to have an ankle monitor on your ankle, and I'm giving you a curfew of 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. I'm going to put a Scram ankle monitor on you so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. On your other ankle, you will get a GPS monitor. I don't know if you're getting out of custody, but if you do get out of custody, these will be your bond conditions. You will have on one ankle, like I said, a Scram monitor so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. On your other, you will get a GPS monitor so I know that you're abiding by curfew. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, so I guess we'll set you out for 30 days. Just keep us in the loop. If you are able to get an immigration bond, you must be here the next business day. If you fail to do so, I'm going to revoke both of your bonds and set them extremely high. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir.
These are eventually going to be.
Hi, Ricardo.
Hey, Judge, good to see you. How'd you
Happy
fare?
Wonderful. You know,
Yeah.
he doesn't like snow.
Uh,
Kids just, they dig it, right?
yeah, it's a big deal for them.
Yes.
Absolutely. Do you have children?
I have the 1-year-old and the 21-year-old.
Oh, that's a huge, I mean, my goodness.
The question I always get is it the same mother? That's the question.
I wasn't going to, I'm not.
I didn't think of it like that, but yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, so tell me what's going on.
Dave's asking for extension.
So this one for Sims, we're asking for an extension from Mississippi for a probation violation for malicious mischief. Obviously, due to Winter Storm Enzo, they're requesting extension because the airports were literally closed.
Get ready. We're going to get so many of these, you know?
Oh.
Let's get ready.
Yeah, they're
There's-
coming.
And so this one, they're requesting out to the 27th. Or sorry, the 28th. They'll pick up on the 27th. But because even with when they were originally supposed to come on the 21st, it wrapped around the weekend. That's why we're entering the pre-signed waiver. Ricardo is opposed, which is why I'm entering it.
Okay, I mean, I have to, you know, circumstances beyond, I mean, act of God, right? As they say.
Of course, I gotta be opposed. I gotta fight for my client. His expectation was to get out at a certain day, through no fault of.
Shh.
He's gotta be here an extra 7 days, looks like. He doesn't control the weather. Nobody does.
Is it 7?
It's well because the original pickup date was the 21st. Well, so for yes, the 21st, and then the court reset date would be the 28th. They're looking to pick them up on the 27th.
Just get it a little bit less than a week. Understand that there is an act of God, right? That just completely close everything. You get just one kernel of snow, the entire city shuts down. So I'm going to grant them an extension. You're not going to get another one.
I have to ask Judge.
So understand, Mr. Kim, that I don't.
They had like 13 days before the snow. That's what I'm saying. Why they didn't come in?
Well, I can't answer that. I mean, that's something.
Oh, yeah.
Judge, I would ask, would you consider giving him a bond so he could go turn himself in and not have to wait 7 days? That's what I was.
For the pre-signed
It's
waiver,
a pre-signed waiver. I
pre-signed
can't
waiver,
give
he's
them a
not
bond.
allowed.
Understood.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got to understand when you get on probation or when you get on parole in another.
Talk about a logistical nightmare. Who knew a simple probation violation could be tied up with weather delays? Now, they're looking at a whole other layer of complication with no bond. Seems like someone's not going to be getting out anytime soon.
State, you sign conditions. One of those conditions is that if you ever take off and you become a fugitive, you waive extradition. It's a pre-signed waiver. You have already waived by virtue of signing. You need to read every single thing that when you sign it, all the little print, because even if I wanted to give you a bond, I can't because you have already waived by signing that document.
If for some reason they don't make it by this deadline, will he be getting out?
That's a great question. Mr. Kim?
Actually, with the full, I got to look at the original waiver date. So it's 5th. So statutorily, they have until February 4th, 2025. So strictly speaking, for the pre-signed waiver, he's not allowed to. But this is one where they've already confirmed they're coming on the 27th. So I think it will be a distinction without a difference because they've already scheduled for him to come on the 27th, unless we get another once in a lifetime storm.
So we're gonna give them until the 4th, is what I'm hearing?
Well,
No.
the recess is gonna be 28th.
28th.
That's
Right.
that one.
They already indicated they're coming on the 27th.
I mean, act of God.
I don't see anything happening between now and then. Otherwise, the news would be just going nuts, you know?
Understood. All right,
Yeah.
well,
I mean, should something happen, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
we're back up here.
They've said that
Hold up. Did you catch that? Once you plead guilty, it's game over. You can't appeal. So basically, once you sign that guilty plea, it's permanent. It's like getting a tattoo on your record that you can't erase. Does that make you think twice about pleading guilty? Let me know in the comments.
they're going to come get you absolutely on the 27th. I don't know what time, but on that
I'll
day.
confirm with them that we approached and then submit the order and triple check today that that is still the confirmed date because obviously we've had ones in the past where we confirmed too late and they had to move it. So I'm going to triple check today.
And he'll let you know.
I'll talk to.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
We'll talk some more with you.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have something else?
Did have one more, Judge.
Sorry, Mr. Saldana.
I don't.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, señor.
Sir, you were charged with driving while intoxicated. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 2 days that you've done. You need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. No more proverbial slaps on the wrist. Do you understand?
Yes.
Let's break this down. A $3,000 search charge just for a DWI? And if it's a second offense, that jumps to $6,000. And here's the kicker. The judge is waiving that fee, but he's also giving a stern warning. Keep making these dangerous decisions, and the consequences are only going to get worse.
If you get pulled over, first thing an officer does is they look up your criminal history. If they see prior DWIs and they come up to you and say, smell alcohol, it's probably not going to go well. So from now forth, I would never, even if you had a sip of alcohol, get into a car. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never take this off. Do you understand? This is what you want to do.
Yes.
How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty. I want to send you to the agreement. Let me make one more thing clear, Mr. Espinoza. There is a $3,000 surcharge on this type of case. You pick up a DWI second, it's a $6,000 surcharge on your case that you can probably end up paying. I will waive it now, but understand, if you continue to put other people's lives in danger, it's not going to go well for you.
Muy bien.
Good luck, sir.
Buena suerte, señor.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Chavez.
Buenos días, señor Chávez.
So you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked.
Here's where it gets heavy. By pleading guilty, you're giving up the right to a trial, the right to bring in witnesses, and even the right to cross-examine your accusers. It's like handing over your cards without even looking at them. Would you risk it? Drop a comment if you think that's a good deal or not.
Worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 2 days that you've done. You need to understand, sir, that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. When you plead guilty, you give up the right to appeal, meaning that you can never change this. Do you understand?
Yes, yes.
You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. Do you understand these rights that you're giving up?
Yes.
You also need to understand that there are no more proverbial slaps on the wrist. From now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up in here. And if you're not in this country with permission, you do anything short of more than 6 hours, you will get an ICE detainer. So if I were you, I would never, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, get into a car and drive. Do you understand?
Yes, I
How do you plead
understand.
to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I will sentence you to 3 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 2. I'm going to suspend your ability to drive for 90 days. Do not drive. Otherwise, you're going to be right back over here, sir. What does your client do for a living, sir? What does your client do for a living?
He does carpentry work, labor work, the framing, that kind of thing, home framing.
I'm asking this because there is a DPS surcharge that they usually tack on for around $3,000. I will waive this fee for you now, but I'm telling you on a DWI second.
Okay, this is where things get a little awkward. The judge is trying to figure out if this guy has any chance of paying the penalties. Spoiler, his job as a home framer doesn't exactly scream high-paying lawyer, but hey, the judge is at least being merciful, waiving the search charge. But still, DWI second is no joke.
It's around a $6,000 surcharge on a DWI second. So get a clue. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You're allowed to make a mistake, but when you continue to make mistakes with you endanger other people's lives, there are serious consequences. Good luck, sir. All right, wait a minute. All right,
Well, then, there's a portable device, Judge, that you've been.
we'll take it off.
Thank you.
Okay, all right, please declare. Yeah. Mr. Elick, is this your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. LZ. It looks like you are charged with 2 cases. You are charged with criminal trespass. You're also charged with criminal mischief. On both of those, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine.
Wait, what? Now we're talking criminal trespass and criminal mischief. Looks like things are piling up for this guy. But here's the plot twist. He's getting 48 days in jail with credit for time served. It's almost like the court is giving him a second chance, ... But how much can a person take before it all spirals?
Fine, you've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 48 days in jail with credit for the 16 that you've done on the criminal trespass. They're dismissing the other case?
Yes, Your Honor. Time served on the criminal trespass and dismissing criminal.
Is this how you understand it, sir?
Yes.
You need to understand also that this charge will go on your record. You're now facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. Like I said, you give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, it stays on your record. Is this what you want to do?
But I believe so.
How do you plead to the offense, sir? Guilty.
I plead.
All right, I'm going to find you guilty. I'll follow the agreement. Good luck to you, sir.
What about the enhancement?
Is it true or untrue that you had a prior terroristic threat, sir?
I'm on my medication, so I missed my medication. I have trouble getting my medication. I was just.
Did you have a prior terroristic threat in the past? It looks like from August of this past year with us.
I don't remember any terroristic threat towards you guys,
No, just in general.
You had a case in this court that you took 57 days time on, and that was August 20th of 2024. Do you remember taking that plea bargain?
I believe I was in court before, but
That's all we need to know. That's it. Okay. All right. Thank you.
I was.
Last night, this morning,
Is that mom? Hey, mom? Come on up.
Here's the moment where the judge lays down the law, not just on the charges, but on life itself. Get your education, he says. It's one of those life lessons that hit hard. Without a high school diploma, things get tough. Trust me, you don't want to be stuck in that cycle.
Thank you so much for coming. It's great. So what's going on with Mr. Ridley now?
I haven't had a chance to let him do like the holiday work schedule, but he's looking for a job and I'm trying to get him make sure he stays.
So you're not doing anything now? You stay at home and do nothing?
I was.
He's looking for a job.
I got put like 3-4 applications in.
School is more important, Mr. Ridley. You need to get your education, man. You need a high school diploma. At worst comes to worst, we can give you paperwork so you can do the schooling at home and get your GED online at a minimum, and we can give it to you for free. But I mean, you're at home you're not working, you're not going to school, you're doing nothing to make life better for yourself. Life doesn't get easier the older you get. It gets more difficult. If you don't have a job, if you don't have an education, you will end up nowhere. And life sucks without money. Trust me. Do you understand? Okay. Do you mind giving them the paperwork, please? We need to be somewhere, Mr. Ridley. I'm going to give you another couple weeks, 2.5 weeks. At the minimum, be enrolled to start working on your GED. Do you understand? I'm also going to drug test you. I'm not going to let you there's no smoking weed, none of this. Do you understand? If I find that you're using, I'm going to revoke your bond. I'm going to keep you. Do you understand? All right.
Judge, we would request the complainant has made contact with the DA's office and let her thoughts be known on the case in a RIP call. And so we request that the no contact be just brought down to no threatening, harassing.
Who is it?
It's a girlfriend situation, Judge. And I spoke to DV about it. He reviewed it and said he was going to leave notes that they had no opposition to that.
Yeah, or even something else.
And yes, that is correct. The RIP does say no conduct, so no threatening, harassing would be fine.
Okay. I will amend your bond condition, Mr. Ridley, to have no lasting contact with the complaining witness in this case. You're not to be in possession of any weapons. Do you understand? You need to start working on your education. Life doesn't get easier. Do you understand? That's my main concern. You graduate, you get your GED, we're all going to be jumping up and down because that's what you need. Without a high school diploma, you will literally make pennies when everybody else is making dollars. Do you understand? I'm bringing you back in 2 weeks. If you've done nothing, it's not going to go well. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, see you in 2 weeks. All right.
That was amended pre-trial bond commission?
Yes.
What was the?
So on bottom of page 19 on Ridley, amending to no threatening or harassing.